Never liked him anyway. We did it. 23 years of hearing no, 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 and no. 23 years, and finally, over the past few years, things came around. You know, in healthcare, one of the things that we learned quite quickly is that things happen in threes. It's the darndest thing, but if you work the emergency room, all of a sudden, you'll get 3 car accidents. You'll get, everything's in threes. And this, in our now college, I keep wanting to call it school, last May, we changed our name to College of Health Professions. A big step for us, but I think the alumni, the faculty, and the students are very proud of what we did. So with that, that was the first thing. The second thing, on this day of my retirement, woo! We have only had 2 deans in 50 years. No school will ever match that. Tom, my pleasure to come after you. Tom hired me, you fool. And also, it has been a wonderful, wonderful time. And we promised to continue, both Tom and I, to continue the excellence. We talked a little bit about the rankings. And just for your information, the rankings just came out last week. I don't know if you knew that. And our school, I promised the legislatures, when they, folks that came here a couple weeks ago, I promised them that we would continue the greatness that we are doing to serve them well in what they invested in us. So we have 3 programs ranked in the top 5 in the United States. With the number 1 program ranked for the last consecutive 20 years, nurse anesthesia. Mike? And of our programs that could be ranked, 5 of them total, if you total all our programs ranked by U.S. News, 5 of them are in the top 10 of the United States. Pretty darn good. We're very proud of what's going on. So now, finally, a new building has come, and it's a magnificent, absolutely beautiful structure. I am so proud of what the Whitting-Turner folks and what they did, but even going through the process was pretty neat. What we did is that every level will have different departments, like occupational therapy, physical therapy, et cetera, and when we got to those departments, and we were with the architects, we had students from those departments come and help us to put it together. You will find that this school, or this building that we've put together is not only a beautiful building, it's totally student focused. About 99.9% of the square footage of this building is devoted to students. Who's ringing? Who's ringing? Okay, thank you. But it's a student-focused building, and with the mingling is the other thing that we talked to all the students about to see if what we could do to do that. As you walk through this building, you will find on each end of the building there are going to be places to where the students will get together. We even have a place for the faculty to mingle. They've never had a faculty lounge in their lives, and they're going to try that. That will be a war. But we have abundant opportunities for education and transferring that effort on to the entire college and to the university. Pretty neat stuff. So it'll allow us to do a lot of things, but even most importantly, this should supply the healthcare workers throughout the central Virginia area and farther the needs finally that are coming up, because truly 60% of the healthcare workforce is allied health are now the College of Health Professions, but it's us. And so each department's probably going to raise their numbers by 10% in an effort to try to make that all happen. So we're doing a lot of neat things. There are also some fine people that because as I went through this process of there were times that we would get on the master plan, and they come to me, Cecil, guess what? You're on the master plan, you're number one. And then 2 weeks later, we'd get bumped, and Brian Olinger would call me up and say, Cecil, Brian's an old buddy of mine because he was a full colonel in the Army, and we flew around the country together. Birds fly together. But anyway, he brought me the bad news over and over again. And time went by. But finally, I went to Governor McAuliffe's budget presentation over in the Contos building, and I sat right in the front row and I looked him in the eye. And he said, Allied Health gets, what was it, $73.5 million, some number like that. And we put that together and raised the rest, and life is good. But by the governor doing that, that was the first start. I also want to thank Chris Jones, because he was extremely supportive throughout the process. But there is a man here, and I think they're appointing him, John O'Banion. I actually had to go out to his office. I didn't know if he was going to examine me or if we were going to talk. But anyway, we chatted, and he gave me a wonderful history lesson on how to deal with legislators, given that you're a medical type person. And it really helped me out. So I thank John O'Bannon so much for what he did to get me on the right track. So with that being said, I want to thank each one of you. This is the end for me. I have left at the best time a person could leave, with a new building. So with that, I'm going to step aside. You will find a wonderful person to be the new dean, and I humbly request that you support that person with all your might, because that person needs your support as we move forward. They can have all the new buildings and all those wonderful things and great faculty, all those things that we have. They are the ones that have to put it together. Every day, that's what a dean does. So I see Jean shaking her head, so have this strange feeling I'm right. So with that said, I thank you, each and every one of you, for being here, and go Rams. Thank you.